what does it mean by non-assertive usage? This is concerned the partitive, some, any, and no. The context which require the any series or non-assertive forms chiefly involve. What are the non-assertive? Either the negative or the incomplete negative, in which there are certain nouns or certain verbs that carry meaning or the negative meaning by themselves. They are incomplete, like hardly, little, few, least, seldom, only. Again, I have implied negative. Implied in the meaning again, before, fail, prevent, calculate, hard. And comparison again with two. The comparison with two again, they carry the meaning of incomplete or implied negative. The last thing, the assertive can be achieved by questions and conditions. Although the main markers of non-assertive are negative, interrogative, and conditional, it is the basic meaning of the whole sentence which ultimately determines the choice of the some or the any series. For example, in the sentence, Freud contributed more than anyone to the understanding of dreams. If you look at this sentence, it is not a negative. It is not a question. It is not a negative. There is no negative particle. There is no question. There is no condition. لا if ولا unless. So why I use anyone, not someone? يعني المفروض it is non-assertive. But okay, is it non-assertive or the sentence is anagrammatical? Let's. Actually, it is. I have the comparison more than. يعني there are other people that contributed to the understanding, but it is only Freud. It is only Freud who contributed more to the understanding of dreams. يعني the use of the non-assertive anyone is related to the fact that the basic meaning is negative, as appears in the paraphrase. Nobody, see, contributed more to the understanding of dreams than Freud. يعني the meaning or the negation is implicit. Conversely, some is often used in negative, interrogative, or conditional sentences when the basic meaning is assertive. يعني orientation is positive, يعني assertive. Did somebody telephone last night, or did anybody telephone last night? Somebody in which I expect someone to watch or to expect a telephone or a telephone call, in which I'm waiting for a speaker or for a phone call from someone, for a specified someone. Like when we say did anyone or did anybody here in which the meaning is what the ماما هاي البيكو معلش لا تاني وحدة يم النشافة اي yeah. The meaning here is what is indefinite. The meaning is indefinite and there is no expectation when I say did anybody. You see, somebody suggests that the speaker expect a telephone call, whereas anybody doesn't. In making an invitation or an offer, it is the same reason, polite or presuppose an acceptance. Would you like some wine or would you like some juice? Some juice that I expect that the juice is what is found. Would you like some juice? It's polite reason. Some means that I have juice. I have, for example, tea. I have coffee. Like when أقول له wine or any juice. So would you like any juice? Would you like any milk? Do you like any coffee? That I do not have juice. I do not have coffee. I do not have tea. يعني it is somehow impolite presupposition. Look at the note, it's very important. illustrate the use of some. طبعا here I will use some in superficially non-assertive context. If someone were to drop a match, the house would be on fire in 2 minutes. Here I expect that someone will drop a match here. يعني the expectation is found, presupposition is found. But what if somebody decided to break the rules? If somebody decided to break the rules, that I look at, or I am waiting for someone, for a specific one, to break the rule. يعني I expect. Will somebody please open the door? I intend someone in my mind, maybe he is near the door or something like that. Why don't you do something else? Something else other than this job. Again, any can be used in any can be used in assertive, superficially assertive sentences. What is called no matter who, no matter what. He will eat anything means no matter what he will eat. Anyone interested in addressing the meeting should let us know. Here, anyone, something in general, not specified. Any offer would be better than this, no matter the offer with. Again, you must marry someone you know, his or her manner, his or her education. And you mustn't marry just anyone that you do not know his manner or his family or something like that. Move to either, neither, and the negatives. Among the partitive pronouns, the relationship between either, neither, and none is similar to that between each, every, and none among the universal pronouns. Both are pronouns and as determiner. Either, neither having but dual and referring to two. None, here it is a pronoun. None of the many or 30 students. Either, it is either determiner or pronoun. Neither student or either of the two students. Move to the quantifiers, quantifying pronouns. The general quantifiers use pronominally عندي الملتل والبوكل. الملتل referring to many and much. Many and much, they are multiple quantifier. Powerful, I have a few and little. Even, I have what? Several and enough. طبعا they are used in respect to count and non-count reference, matches the position outlined in case. طبعا little, a little, few, a few, they are previously mentioned in what? In determiner. The last class of pronouns, which is numeral. طبعا we all know that numeral, and they are dealt before or tackled before, but let us see the uses of one. One, it is not only for number, for quantifying, for counting. No, one has more than one meaning. It is either numerical, either reflexive, replacive, or it is what is called indefinite one. Numeral or numerical, referring to number. Numerical one, when used with animate and inanimate singular count nouns in a citrus variant of the indefinite article, and it is the same as a or an, the indefinite article a or an. It is in contrast with the dual to and both and the plural numerals of three, and they are referring to counts, to non-count, to plural counts, and indefinite sum. It has similar contrast when used pronominally. I need a nail, I need one, I need some nails, I need some. No, a nail, yani one nail. I need some nails, I have some, only as a pro forms. The one boy, but you cannot say a boy. The one boy or one boy means a boy. A pen. It is used for personal and non-personal. Again, I can say one of the boys or one of the pens. As what? As with of construction, and it is with what? With determiner. The one is also in contrast with the other in the correlative construction. One correlative يعني something in parallelism. One went this way, the other that way. Say this way, that way. One is one person, the other another person. Note that there is a somewhat formal or old-fashioned use of one meaning a certain before personal proper names. I remember one Charlie Brown at school. I remember one Charlie. Charlie means here, one Charlie means a certain person who is called Charlie Brown. The second use of one, which is the replace of one, is used as an anaphoric substitute for a singular or a plural count noun. It has a singular, replace it means a proform. It has a singular form one and the plural form ones. Replace of one can take determiners. يعني say what my new one, the new one, the only one. You see, تاخد determiner. My one, the one, and modifiers, say the new one, although not usual possessive or plural demonstratives. I'm looking for a particular book on syntax. Is this the one? You see, the one here, it has the determiner there, and you mean it is post modified by you mean that by this sentence. Yes, I'd like a drink, but just a small one. You see, one here, it is a proform for a drink. It has this adjective small and this determiner a. I thought you prefer large ones. Once, it is a proform for more than one. It is modified by the genitive s in preference to the of. In sharp contrast, the demonstrative, which can take only the of genitive compare. I prefer John's car to his employer's one. I prefer John's car to his employer's one. طبعا here it is preferable to use one with the as genitive. Instead, I use that with the of genitive. The third and the last use of the of one, it is indefinite one. Indefinite one. What does it mean indefinite? When I address people in general. عشان احنا مرات نقول الواحد المفروض يكون كذا، الواحد يشي يصير وشي يسوي كذا, implying inclusion of the speaker. This use of one is chiefly formal and is often replaced by the more informal you. طبعا هذه الوان it is uses in political speeches and religious speeches. طبعا يستخدموها. One would think they would run later about you would. طبعا هذه formal, very formal. Instead, make it less formal. Use what? Use you. Indefinite one has the genitive ones and the reflexive oneself. In American, repetition of the coreferential one is characteristically formal. He or informal you being referred instead. One cannot be too careful. Can one or can you? Again, what is left is what the cardinal and the ordinal. Again, they are discussed before. The system of cardinal 1, 2, 3 and ordinal first, second, third will be clear from the following list. طبعا رح نشوف بالlist in the final page of this chapter. Both types, means the cardinal and ordinal, can function pronominally or as pre-modifiers. Pronominal, they take the noun, the place of the noun. Pre-modifiers, just like they pre-modify the noun in the noun phrase. Except that note يعني zero, occurs chiefly, as the name of the numeral being replaced by the terminal no or the pronoun none is in general use. With 100,000, million and indefinite article often replaces one. Pronominally, the ordinals are preceded by an article. The ordinals are preceded by an article. Today is the 4th of July. Here, the ordinals 4th is preceded by the definite article the, and resembles superlative with ellipted heads. It is ellipted heads, so what? It is the 4th. It is the 4th. See? With no head. طبعا هذا الليست اللي بنشوفه عندي not or zero, no corresponding with no corresponding ordinal. 1 first, 2 second, 3 third, 4 fourth وهكذا. See 100, see 190, 19th, 100, 100. See, this is the way of how to write this 100 in the ordinal. 100th, 101. See this in such a way. 101st, 1000. See, 1000 with th. 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, such a way. 1 million, 1 million. Yeah, this is the last thing that can be discussed in